Radiant team ban. Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Hello and welcome back to the Hainan Master Spring Invitational. My name is Noma and joining me is Mo Farah as we get into the second game of Viking versus Aggressive mode. Mo Farah, why don't you tell us what happened in the last game in very brief terms, because it was a very brief game.
Very true. We had this Omni Knight position 5 for Viking. It's worked for them in other games so far this tournament. Unfortunately, it didn't work in the last game, so I'm expecting to see something from them that's a little bit more stable in terms of their laning stage. But again, Aggressive mode just go with the same bans as last time, and I completely agree with them. I think these are the three heroes that Viking play with best, so kind of force them to play something a little bit different. And I wouldn't be surprised to see Viking possibly pick up a first phase Drow this time as well. Something they're very comfortable with. But Aggressive mode looked aggressive. They looked fantastic. So looking to see more of that from them. More of Lil playing on the front foot and, feels like the whole game. His Puck hasn't been banned out at the moment either. And what was the other hero they banned before? I think it was Doom that Viking banned before. So Doom and Puck still in the pool, and I imagine they're just going to grab that Puck straight away for Lil. Disruptor still in the pool if they want to go for it as well. Abba's still in the pool, but not quite as popular as some of the other tier 1 picks. I mean, Lich is something that they could go for as well. It feels like there's been a core group of heroes this tournament that have been a lot more popular than all the other heroes. Kind of get past that first phase, the second phase bans, and then things start to kind of get a little bit different, but nothing too crazy usually. Yeah, they pick Lil's Puck. And Viking instantly respond with the Doom. And they go for the Wyvern as well. So this is another opener that Viking have been very comfortable with. They are playing a lot of tournaments all at once at the moment. So I imagine they tend to have these like openings that they've practiced and worked with, and they're going to play around at the start of every single draft. And I think Toby usually plays the Doom in this lineup. And Celery usually plays the... Actually, no, I think Aramis has played the Wyvern before as well, so there's a little bit of flex value in there where the Wyvern wants to be played.
Venomancer comes out for Aggressive mode again. Jesus, they like this hero, huh?
Yeah, I don't know if I like the Venom pick this early, though, this time.
No.
Feels interesting.
I mean, Into the Doom is nice enough. Like, Doom's not one of these heroes which loves playing against Venom, but you still have the option of running Wyvern 5 and Doom 4. I don't think that's off the table, so...
Yeah, but the problem is, I don't think anybody's going to want to run Doom 4 ever again after Milan's performance yesterday, because it'll never get better than that.
What, top net worth at like 13 minutes?
Yeah, he was bonkers yesterday. I also don't like the Venom pick this much, because you don't see your core matchups, right? Normally, if you see the Venos, then they tend to know what their side lane opponents are going to be all the time. You have to remember, though, it could still be a Veno 5 as well. And Spartan, I'm sure, has that in his locker. It's something that we saw, people like Puppy and Kuro do at the start of the patch, and it is something that's still, possible and viable. But yeah, that Drow gets banned out again in the second phase.
Yeah, we really haven't seen much Drow, because people don't want to pick up first phase, and then she tends to get banned every second phase, so no Drow.
5 seconds remaining.
Unfortunate, but I think when there's been so many games this tournament and in other tournaments, you can kind of see the patterns that Viking like to go for, which heroes they like them. They have been very successful with this Wyvern, though, has to be said. Amazing that Lich and Disruptor both made it through the first phase, but
yeah, that's true. That's true. Two heroes which have been hotly contested elsewhere, but I mean, by these two teams as well, but sometimes the meta takes over.
I think they're deciding whether they want to ban a mid hero here on Viking and try and look at setting up towards having a decent mid matchup in their 10th pick for themselves. Maybe ban up something like that TA, which Borneo played amazingly last. Or whether they want to ban something that's a little bit more, I was going to say, carry orientated. They take the morph out.
Well, there you go. And they'll grab a lich for themselves. Very on brand. Two nice icy heroes. Like that a lot.
I think they were just a little bit worried that if they didn't take the lich there, then aggressive mode were probably going to take it for themselves. And lich probably one of the better heroes against Wyvern. Just having that frost shield to keep people alive in the curse. See lots of bullying against Wyvern in the laning stage with the blast. Do they want to show which role the Veno is already, though, in their draft on aggressive mode? Like, do they want to show that it's definitely going to be a core Veno? Or do they want to pick another core now and kind of leave it open still? I think you kind of want to leave it open because you don't know the other side lane matchup. And it could still be a decent Veno core game.
I mean, it depends what Viking pick next, though, right? Veno core works when you've got a lane you can just kind of sit on, dominate, push down the tower at a decent time. If they can pick someone who can just kind of be a bit sticky in the lane, a bit annoying for the Veno, then...
Yeah, but this is my thing. Like, okay, so they are just going to commit to the core straight away. Like, I think if they'd have just picked another core here, they wouldn't have shown what the Veno was. Yeah, now the lifestealer gets picked, they're like, oh, we're probably going to have to play puck core now instead. Which Barnier does play. He's very good at that here.
Yeah.
Radiant team back.
Let's see. Ooh, the Slardar kind of come out from aggressive mode again. So we saw this, was it yesterday or the day before? I can't remember.
We saw it yesterday from Saberlight.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, wrong team.
And Saberlight played it very well.
They're like, we got smashed by this hero, so we know exactly how it works.
Yeah. I mean, it's really good up against Lifestealer. It's a horrible core matchup to play into in the mid game, just because Lifestealer doesn't have a lot of inbuilt armor, and that haze just makes you so squishy. They don't have any other physical damage on their side at the moment, though, which is my only worry on aggressive. Like, if they need to pick some, like, really... I don't know, and they don't have last pick either. Yeah,
I'm fairly certain this is just another TA, though, right?
Yeah, I mean, most likely. I think it just gives them good Roche potential still as well.
Mm-hmm.
They have to decide. They could play Slardar carry as well, I guess, if they really wanted to, but I don't know how I feel about that. I think you probably want to try and put the Veno up against the Doom in the laning stage and the Slardar up against the Lifestealer. And then pick some hero here like that just plays tempo with the mid lane, and I think TA just fulfills that the most.
Alright, someone in the chat is struggling to tell who is who, so just for reference, I am Nomad, he's Mo Farah, we're best
I thought
friends.
I was Nomad.
No debates here. See, now that you've said that, everyone just thinks I'm going to be taking the... Very rude. Anyway, aggressive mode, final pick. We don't even talk. It's a TA. Like, it's just always going to be TA. No chance.
It's an okay Razor game as well, I think.
No, TA.
Yeah, I think it's most likely, but they have reserve time, right? So they can think about it. It's their last pick. No reason.
Nah, they've got nothing to talk about anymore. They're just going to be chatting. How's your day, Lil? Oh, not bad, you know. Not bad. Smashed Viking.
And that's how Lil talks.
No,
Ooh.
no, I reckon he just shouts. What the? I don't want to say I was wrong.
You were pretty wrong.
I was quite wrong.
So they're going to play Veno support, I think. And then put Barney mid puck.
Ah. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense, actually. Puck is a pretty nice hero here. Nice bit of magic damage and the ability to jump away from the Lifestealer and juke him out quite a lot. Gotta be careful of the Doom, obviously, but, you know.
I think you probably put Disruptor 4, Veno 5 would be my guess. but it could be either. I think Disruptor lane's better with the Ursa. They have more kill potential between. Actually, do they? I don't know. Venom's pretty good. Oh dear.
Ah.
Choose your
Okay. Is this you just got Huskard?
I don't think so. I think Slardar's pretty good against Huskar. In terms of being able to bring him down quickly with physical burst, but I like Viking's draft. I think it's pretty solid. But I said that last time, so what do I know?
Lil is actually on the Venomancer and not the Disruptor. Spartan will be playing the Disruptor, Skylark, Slardar, Ursa, Skidder, and Bornea Puck. So you did get it right that Puck was going to be a mid, but yeah, Lil Veno is not what I expected. I mean, I always feel like he's going to be the guy who wants to be making plays, and Venomancer doesn't feel like a huge play-making hero, but ready to be proved wrong.
Do you reckon he's just going to jungle from level 1?
No, I've had enough of that today, thank you.
Okay.
Nothing like a good inside joke, which nobody is going to get.
On a really nice global cast, yeah.
Yeah. Across the world, but yeah, just you and me getting that one, and we're not going to explain it because that would be boring. All right, let's get into Viking versus aggressive mode, game number 2, and with their backs against the wall, Viking are going to pull out the Boom Huskar to try and take control of this game. And it's going to have to be an aggressive one for them, but they've also got the Lifestealer to back them up, so it's not even like they're on any kind of huge clock. And Huskar isn't the same hero he used to be. He's still, you just stack status resistance on him, and he's still going to be a beast like 30, 35 minutes into the game.
Yeah, they have these. They have this Lich and Wyvern sitting behind the Huskar as well, so they have ways of just keeping him alive and making him that like real raid boss. I like Vikings draft a lot, but I think for aggressive mode they have this mid puck, which even though it's going to do pretty badly against the Huskar in lane, you would assume, like that level 3 to 4 mark, he can kind of just roam around and try and find the kills instead to catch up in terms of net worth. It's not really a hero that jungles well, so expect him to just be trying to cut waves early on, make the most of the map as a whole, and then maybe just go and sit the Venom mid with wards to try and keep the tower alive.
That sounds like a plan. But can you do that against Huskar? I'm sure the Venom Walls just get killed really quickly by his attack speed, right?
Yeah, they can, but it depends how many levels Lil gets early on. And it's not a great lane for them down bot, but it's okay. I just think Bornea has been such a good mid laner this tournament. And I keep saying it over and over again. I've been really impressed with him. I think even though it's a really unfavorable matchup for him in that mid lane, I think he should be able to get a decent amount still.
You know what? Let's get some interaction going. Guys, I want to know who you think is going to win. Press 1 for Team Viking on the Radiant side with the Huskar and the Lifestealer. Press 2 if you think aggressive mode with their Puck and the Ursa are going to take the win here. Let's see those 1s and 2s. And if you get it right, then you can PM at MoFaradota on Twitter, and he will send you money, £100 each, if you win.
Warning, money may not be available.
So, Bounty Runes going, 2 to Viking, 1 to the Dire aggressive mode, and it looks like they're going to be able to pick up the second one as well, so 2 for 2 for now. Is it going to get denied? Nope.
Get it.
Lil grabs it. More Boom. With some big blocks in the mid lane, but Bornea is actually looking much better. Look at this block from the Puck here, actually. That was very good.
Yeah, it helps him so much in the first wave as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, no. That was sick. Using the Waning Rift to dodge the spear as well as secure a CS. Wow. I'm impressed.
I wasn't expecting him to take Waning Rift at level 1 either.
No, I never seen that.
Really not what I expected.
No. Clearly the Huskar didn't expect it either. That's why he wanted to throw in the spear. Very good stuff. Meanwhile, down
But
the
it also
bottom lane,
mean-
it's a bit of a brawl.
It almost means that when he gets silenced, he can't keep throwing spears, right?
Yeah.
Like,
So you dodge
in
one
that
spear
duration,
and
you
then
kind of
stop a few more. Seems value. And secures him the entire first wave. Yeah, starting off a 5-1 in that middle lane. Very good for him. But creeps now push under the tower. Meanwhile, Toby taking some damage up here. In comes a Wyvern from afar, though, with that level 1 Splinter Blast, which we see so often right now. It tends to be what they do. They just level the Splinter Blast. They basically spam it out and try and force out their level 2. And then they can get the Arctic Burn and be a bit more of a hero. But you do end up messing up the lane equilibrium pretty badly by doing that. But I think it's worth it. You don't really want to lane properly as a Wyvern level 1 anyway, because you generally want to try and get at least to level 3. Ooh. Meanwhile, Toby dies in bottom, and Skylark might be heading the same way as Chad tries to chase him down in the trees, trying to get revenge here, but Skylark he might actually be okay.
There's a lot of armor on this. Where is he going?
Juked, son. I don't know why, but he juked him anyway. Just wanted to style on him. Waste more time.
Style.
Stop those creeps.
I really like that over though from the Radiant side. You notice that they got level 2 first, and that the Dire side was still level 1, so they just pushed their advantage. They just made sure that they try and got that kill threat down.
Interesting. With that delay, it looks like a slight advantage for Viking on the chat's odds. Odds powered by chat. Dear God, help me. But yeah, a few more people favouring Viking, but not by much at all, to be honest. A pretty even vote, all things considered. Now the delay has catch. I mean, no delay here.
Dire's courier
Absolutely none at all. Oh, Aramis gets the courier.
He does indeed.
He
But goes down himself. Yeah, the Ursa will pound away at him, and Spartan gets the final hit in with the Thunderstrike. So probably not worth it, but still, sending a message, right? Killing a courier sends a message. No one likes having their courier dead. No one likes looking down and seeing your gold just sitting there, not moving. So
Barney is doing really well, by the way, in this lane.
He is.
I'm really impressed so far.
He's doing fantastically, and this is a player who I started the series by praising about how good his laning phase is, and I still don't take that back. He's a fantastic laner, but Borneo just coming up with some interesting plays and you know, these little micro plays to help secure the lane for himself. Of course, now I'm at level 4. Things are going to get much, much rougher. The 2 points into Burning Spears. He's got one in Fire and one in Berserker's Blood as well, I think.
He has the bottle now, though, on Puck, so he really needs to try and make sure he secures that 4-minute rune.
Yeah, but he will be able to do so. He'll keep an orb ready for that, so I highly doubt that that's going to... Ooh, Toby dropping low here. Skidder able to finish the job. The Ursa just chasing heroes down. He's getting a lot of kills. Meanwhile, Spartan... Oh, no, Aramis. He didn't get the Splinter Blast off. He's got the Arctic Burn. He's going to turn around, or is he going to run? He's stuck all the same and just gets killed by Skidder. Now on a killing spree, and that's a double for Skidder up here. This Ursa is having a whale of a time, or bear of a time, I guess.
Borneo does secure the illusion rune at 4 minutes, so his lane's saved for...
Saved for indeed.
Radiant's courier.
Meanwhile, stun out onto the Lifestealer, just trying to get as much harass out as possible onto Shad, using that Bash of the Deep to its advantage. Meanwhile, Huskar in the middle lane, he's going to drop here to Borneo. And the Disruptor came in as well, and then suicided shortly afterwards. Fair enough.
That's really nice. It just secures the Puck's lane. And every death on Huskar is such a horrible death. It ruins his tempo so much. You want to be making sure you get that first Roche at a good time, making sure you get your 6 braces at a good time, which is ridiculous, by the way. I hate how many braces people build on.
Yeah, I think we saw 4 the other day. Meanwhile, Shad finding up into Skylark. The Frost Shield's out onto him. Skylark being slowed down. This time he's just going to run straight back to the tower, but then turning around the moment that Frost Shield ends with Borneo coming in as well. They see him though, I think. They might be getting away, but Lil comes in from the side, gets a poison out. Did he get onto both? Well, I don't think it matters. The Lifestealer's going to get brought down all the same by Borneo. A great rotation from the Puck. And a full bottle on him as well. Meanwhile, up in the top lane, Toby goes down once again. I mean, they are just getting minced up in this top lane, and it looks like Aramis again falling down. Skitter is just drowning in blood up in this top lane, and Viking, they do not have a response to this yet.
All right, which fools like me said Viking? Come on, own up. Let's just group up.
Is under attack.
This is looking pretty bad.
Yeah, I don't actually think I predicted this time. Dodged
That's
the
good.
bullet
Can't be
there.
wrong. Then.
Yeah.
I mean, it's definitely it's obviously nowhere near over yet. I mean, a lot of the net worth difference is coming in the supports. There's at least 1,000 there, so I wouldn't really worry too much about it if I was the Viking side. You still have this Huskar that can play around the Roche timing.
Borneo. Oh, dodging out the end of fire. That was an important one there as well. Holding them back as Aramis came in with that double damage rune and the Arctic Burn, trying to grab a kill onto the Puck, but didn't quite happen that way. Meanwhile, Doom, he's going to get Blimps back. Oh, no. Thanks, buddy. Centaur. Big plays. Is it going to be enough, though? Toby actually turns around, gets the Infernal Blade off, but I think he's dead all the same. This time, Spartan gets a last hit, but still another death up in the top lane. How many more can we have? Was that like 6th, 7th? There's been so many kills up here. Meanwhile, Lil is going to get brought down by Shad and Solari, and a much-needed win in the bottom lane for Viking.
Yeah, I honestly feel like Lil should just be trying to be a little bit more greedy here. Maybe just head off to the jungle for a bit. Because there's not really too much they can do to this Life Stealer. And there's not really too much they can do to the Lich either. Like, they're just going to start bullying now. Shad, quite happy to just trade when he has that Feast Life Steal coming.
Skylight playing around, getting himself back. Toby and onto Skitter as well. Skitter just popping the overpower and laying some right clicks into Toby. He's so scared, this Doom. Rightfully so as well. He's just died so much, but it's actually bottom lane where the action is this time. So they're trying to bring down Skylark, and they will be able to do so. Frost Shield rips through him, and Lil's going to be the next target as well. Aramis and Solari both in here. Spartan's going to try and save the day. Can he do it? No, he cannot. Solari's going to get himself a second, but Shad's getting low, and with the glimpse back, there's nothing Lifestealer can do about that. He's just going to die straight up to a right click from Skitter. Again, Skitter TP's in and gets himself yet another kill. I don't know how many kills he's had so far, but it has been a hell of a lot.
I'm going to guess he's 5-0-3, I think.
I think it might even be more.
No, I can see it at the top left, it's fine.
Oh yeah.
Oh no, Toby.
Not
again.
Poor Toby. The sad plight of this Doom. They might get the return kill onto Skylark, though. Shad needs a little bit more with the stun coming in. Oh, here's a little bit more, and his name is Boom. Down goes Skylark. I'll look over towards Lil as well, and it looks like Lil might be taking another fall in this game. Haste Rune Huskar. Good luck. Tries to deny himself to the creep, so that's not going to happen. Down goes Lil as well. Boom gets a double up here in the top lane. Haste Rune gift from God, from Gaben himself. Huskar tears him a new one. Meanwhile, Aramis will be able to get the eye to burn off and get himself over those trees, away from the kinetic field and away from the glimpse as well.
If you get Cursed as next to an Ursa, I'm pretty sure the Fury Swipe's damage doesn't stack up on allies, right? So it's not even like Wyvern. I'm like 90% sure it doesn't. So I'd be feeling pretty confident if I was the Ursa this game with my positioning. I'm just trying to be aggressive, right?
I mean, yeah, definitely. Not scared at all. Then we're going to make a play onto Huskar here. Coil comes out. Lil's in as well. Spartan just drops the ultimate. 2 ultis on him so far, and this should be the end of Boom. Good night, sweet prince.
This Puck's getting so much as well. Use the shovel, Puck. Use the shovel. You gotta dig.
All right, everybody. Mental energy. Send it Puck's way. Dig, Puck, dig. Who knows if he's done it.
We'll have no idea. He's just rushing Basher on Ursa again, by the way. Different Ursa play this time, obviously, but phase boots straight into the Basher. Big.
Yeah, it's very nice.
Outposts are coming up.
Some people, they just run for the Basher. I mean, Abyssal is such a huge pickup on Ursa, it's just free kills. So, Toby's going to try and stick around for the outpost, but gets stunned up. Meanwhile, Solari's going to come in. He takes a bouncer in at the very least, grabbing them one. They might be able to grab another one. Meanwhile, it is Shad. Well, actually, no, it's actually Skylark who's the one in trouble here as they turn it around, and Viking will grab themselves a kill, grab themselves the outpost, grab themselves a bouncer rune. All smiles up in the top lane. Bottom lane, however, it's a little bit more aggressive mode favored.
Yeah, they want to make sure this Wyvern isn't hiding in the trees as well. Try and secure this tower with the Lil Veto wards. They don't push towers particularly quickly, though, on the Dire side. It has to be...
Yeah, Venom is a very slow tower pusher. Very gradual. Spam wards until tower falls.
Yeah, I'm just going to trade tier 1 and say by the looks of it. I wonder whether Lil puts a point in his ult at level 6. Oh, it looks like he has. I wondered whether he's going to put more points in wards, or if he'd just go for...
Well, Doom in trouble. Toby, he's got the corrosive haze on him, and I'm not sure he's getting away from this one. They're even going to throw down the core just to make sure he gets brought down, but Toby takes another fall up in the top lane. Bornea finding so much value on the map right now. He is second in net worth, but he has just had such a huge game impact so far. Shutting this Huskar down and being a menace in all 3 lanes. There's still a Lifestealer on top though. Shad doing very well for himself. They're smoking up. They're looking for something here. Disruptor leading the way. He's got himself an ulti. He's got himself a glimpse. And glimpse is going to be used onto Aramis. Ulti popped as well. They just want to try and bring him down as quickly as possible. He tries to hide around the trees here, but there is no hiding from Borneo. He's going to be able to bring him down. Meanwhile, Doom comes over. He's got the Doom. Is he going to use it? You betcha. Down it goes. Chain Frost as well. Bouncing perfectly onto Borneo. And coming across as well. Also hitting up the Disruptor. Shad's in from behind. He's looking over towards Spartan. Looking over towards Lil. Doesn't know who to go for. He's going to let a team deal with Lil whilst he goes for Spartan. Spartan will get finished off here. It looks like killed off by Shad. Lil's on the run, but there is no escape. Aramis blocks him from getting into that annoying tree spot, and they should. The Solari, though, is got a salve.
It's got a salve.
Excuse me? All right, Aramis is sick of Lil shenanigans. He's just going to make sure he gets absolutely killed here. Does seem like overkill, not going to lie, but there we are.
So, when you get hit by Veno attacks, the Veno passive doesn't cancel regen, and he didn't get hit by the Gale either, so could happily regen up.
Yeah, would have been dead otherwise, so nice heads up play to have that salve ready to roll. Meanwhile, Lifestealer is going to finish off this Maelstrom, which is going to accelerate his farm somewhat. As if he needs it.
All of a sudden, though. Oh dear, Toby, not again. Come on,
Nice,
Toby.
good this time. Celery comes in, saves a day. With Skinner nearby with the double damage, it's scary, but he doesn't have the catch just yet. Nearly has that Basher, though. Oof, visiting Bashtown. And I don't think that's a destination which Viking have been particularly ambitious about attending. Made my tea too milky.
Oh no.
I know.
That's a disaster, actually. Because
Yeah.
the worst bit is, you either drink it or you have to just throw it out completely, right?
Oh, I'm drinking it. I'm a brick. Come on.
Oh.
I've committed to my mistakes as well. It's also kind of discipline, you know. Now I know I'm not going to make my next tea too milky because I've had to drink an entire cup of milky tea. Very important. Self-discipline, guys.
I like that Puck's gone for the damage talent. I feel like when you have this Slardar that's amping up all physical damage, right, he'll probably go for that Deso at some point with the phase shift attack.
I would imagine so. Meanwhile, Toby's having Oh, he's fast enough to get out of it. Okay, all right. Turning it around, maybe thinking of making a go here as the Wyverns TP'd in. Borneo is approaching, however. I've got to be scared of that a little bit. But no, he heads back towards mid.
It feels bad as a Doom when you're playing against a Slardar and you have minus armor, like at the 10 to 15 minute mark. It feels absolutely horrendous because you die so.
I mean, it's a pretty nightmare Doom game, all things considered. You're against an Ursa and a Slardar, two heroes which can just absolutely tear you apart. And then if that wasn't bad enough, you've got a Veno to cancel your blink and if you go for it, and slow you down and control you and stop you getting your Doom off. So I feel like it's going to be a kamikaze Doom game where you just get blink, see if you can Doom the Puck, if not maybe the Venomancer, and then wait for the sweet release of death because you're not getting out.
I mean, it might be easier to Doom the Puck if you just go Shadow Blade, though, instead. I feel like even if you go Blink, the animation's still really long.
Or maybe you just go Auras and enhance your team fight and be helpful that way and let your team come for you. Wow, Borneo does not want to be Winter's Curse there, and, well, that made sense to me. Uses the coil just to make sure that doesn't happen. I really like that play from Borneo, actually.
I've just realised this Doom has a Frost Ogre creep. Shout out to Illidan, who put a tweet today saying it's one of the most busted things about Dota at the moment, that it costs so little mana and it does so much. Yeah. It's such a ridiculous skill, and they changed it in the most recent patch, so it used to be even better. I say most recent, like the big patch. And, yeah, it's too good at the moment still. It needs to be sorted out.
How much armor does it give?
6. It used to be 8.
Wow, yeah, that's very helpful. Plus movement and attack speed slow, right?
Yeah, but it also just doesn't cost any mana. I don't know how much. I can't remember how much it costs. I'll go and.
Yeah, this game is. I mean, it's kind of taken a bit of a turn for the slowers. Everyone's just kind of farming up, trying to push in some waves, but no one really wants to commit to a fight. I feel like we're waiting for Roshan, which is going to be really, really easy for aggressive mode if they can find a way into the pit. They have themselves a Slardar and an Ursa. Roshan is going to go down quicker than Paper Mache in water. Winter's Curse. That's a cheeky one. Aramis might be able to find himself a solo here. Can they finish him in time? Yes, they can. No Static Storm for you, sir. Let's get out of the kinetic field, which Boom will have to sit in for a little bit, but still a nice little grab there.
Okay, so the Frost Armor costs 40 mana to use. Cool.
Very good.
It lasts like 60 seconds as well, I'm pretty sure.
Madness. Yeah, you can put on multiple heroes for definite. I think you'd have it going on like 3 at once.
Oh, Grove Bomb. Nice.
Yeah, that's pleasant. Is fire physical or magical?
The spears are magical.
Magical, yeah. Very good then. It's pretty low though in this pit, and they're just turning onto the Doom right away. Toby being targeted down. Can they finish the job? Chainfrost's got to come in, but immediately get taken out. Static Storm comes out on top as well, just to make sure there's no Doom from Toby, and they will bring him down easily. And now Borneo in the backlines brings down Boom and brings down the Lich as well. It's a twofer for Borneo, but a straight up buyback for Boom and Solaris. They come straight back into this one, finish off Borneo. They want to take this Roshan. Meanwhile, in the back lines, they've held down Aramis, but the rest of their team is in trouble. Spartan and Borneo have dropped, but they're buying back into this one as well. Everybody committing hardcore to this fight. Aramis on the side here, trying to find an entrance. He doesn't have that Winter's Curse, but he does have a couple of Arctic Burns to throw in, and it looks like the fight's going to be diffused. They don't want to go in on this aggressive mode. The Doom's coming back in 2 seconds. He does have Doom available, and they've got no Static Storm, so they're holding back for now, but Viking are not. They're going to finish off this Plague Ward and get inside the Roche Pit with Boom.
It's so hard though, because Boom doesn't have buyback anymore. They need to be so careful. They're actually going to try and flank here, but they don't have Winter's... Oh, they do have Winter's Curse. Okay.
Certainly do.
Smoke gets broken. Barney is like, screw you guys.
AFK.
I'm getting mid too. Oh,
they've got the curse. This is how you doom Borneo. This annoying little fairy dragon. He did. 73 seconds death at 18 minutes into the game. Ow. Basically. Ow. Yeah, that doesn't feel good. Boom inside the pit. Getting busy with Roshan. They're going to try and shove in some Plague Wards, throw in some poison. He is pretty low here. It is really difficult for him to sit inside this pit with all this on him. They're going to drop the ultimate. They're going for this right now. Can they finish him off? Yep, Boom is dead. Also dying back into this one. So the mid laners are gone. It's a fight of the carries now, and they're just brawling each other in the middle here. Chainfrost comes bouncing through, and it's looking beautiful right now. Bouncing between 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 heroes, and Skinner should be brought down, but will he get a kill before he goes down? He will. Tries to get into the Roche Pit, but gets finished off by Aramis. And now, again, the buyback is coming in. Ursa does not want to let this one go. Doom's going to have the buyback as well. This time it's aggressive mode inside of that pit, and they've got so many Plague Wards down here. Ursa's just going to be able to finish the job. Is there anything to stop them? They need to get in. They need to get in. Now Shad's running forwards, but Ursa grabs the Aegis and now finds Aramis as well. Aramis is able to jump out, but Skinner just jumps right over that cliff, gets on top of him. Meanwhile, Shad inside of Toby doesn't want to get glimpsed back, so will abandon ship, but unfortunately Toby, a dieback for him. Viking just throws so much at this. Roche Pit, heroes, buybacks, gold, everything they've got, but it is not enough. Aggressive mode will win out in that engagement. Find themselves Roshan, find themselves an Aegis, and find themselves a bunch of kills to go with it as well. They are all of a sudden in a great position now. Ursa sees Skidder. There are heroes by the side here. Skylark's coming in on the edge here, but they can look towards changing targets, and they will be able to bring down Skylark, will they? Yes, they will. Now they look back towards Skidder, but Skidder pops the Enrage to try and bring down Shad, but Shad's far too tanky for this, and this Aegis could be threatened now, but maybe not, maybe not. Boom's making his way over. They will disengage.
I just want to talk about that Roche fight a second, because you'll notice Boom was so scared to play into the Roche Pit. Normally, when you play as Huskar in the Roche Pit, you're obviously toggling that armlet all the time when you're really low. If Lil does what he does, and he puts Venom wards down so that the poison stick affects the Huskar, how does the armlet toggle? That was why every time he got hit by the Venom ward, he had to just run away. Yeah. Because there was no chance of him being able to take the Roche while the effect was on him.
Yeah, every time you toggle, it's like a 50% chance of death. That's it's not very efficient, to say the least. And yeah, Boom does get brought down there. Maybe, I mean, I don't even think he should have been in the pit. I think if you don't have that kill onto Lil, then it's just not possible for him. But unfortunately, that's a very tricky task. Lil's been very far back in his positioning. Getting on top of him has not been easy. So Viking really set onto the back foot here.
It feels like Viking need a really good curse to kind of have the follow-up damage, and they use it
onto an illusion. Okay, so really good curse is what they need. Don't think that was it. Sorry, Chief.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
There's a vessel by the way on the Venno as well, so Huskar's game even harder now.
Oh, great. Yeah, Boom is really hating life currently. And yeah, nice Winter's Curse, buddy. They abuse him for that one. They feel so safe now that spell's down.
That's what you get for killing my illusion.
Vengeance. I think they need to first wait out the Aegis on Viking. Then you need to, as you say, find a good entrance to a fight with Curse, where you can get the Doom onto Boromir and hopefully get a kill onto probably Lil. But anybody would be fine, really. But even Skylar's getting so much work done on this Slardar. He's just running into fights, running at people, and using that anti-armor to just make the Ursa's life that much easier on whoever he's jumping on. Where's the additional on Ursa?
He's close, actually. Has he got it?
He does, but Shad's going to chase him out of the secret shop. No Abyssal for you, sir. And Shad just runs himself away. I like the way he instantly pops the rage just to make sure he doesn't get static stormed.
He was only 10 gold off the Abyssal, unfortunately. Yeah, I had to run away from the shop. Very sad. Our pupils give for the Huskar. I guess you give that to the Lich or the Wyvern? I guess. I have no idea.
I still think which team. Yeah, so it's not amazing on strength heroes, is it? But I think the Lifestealer would still like it, mate. No.
Look at Lil's net worth again, by the way, on the Venom.
Yeah, he's chilling. He's chilling. Who's the real number 3 in this team, though? Let's be real. It's not really Skylark, is it?
True, true. I mean, Lil just does love the farm. To be fair, it's his job to just shove out lanes all the time, and Skylark's never getting any of that farm on the side lanes. Like, he doesn't push out quick enough.
Uh-oh. Lifestealer getting jumped upon right now. There's that Abyssal Blade, but immediately jump into a creep, and that is one speedy little boy keeping up with Skidder as everybody else making their way over, and it looks like Lifestealer is not fully committing to this one. He gets himself back. Infest is a good spell,
he has the halberd, and I think there's
for a second one. Talent. Yeah, this is the Lich. He tries to go for the D-Ward. He got it, though. Hashtag value. Meanwhile, Skidder's just happy to sit on the front lines here with his Aegis and start taking chunks, but he just seems to do no damage to Shad. He's doing so little to the Lifestealer.
Yeah, he has the halberd, so lots of missed chances, lots of armor because of the Lich as well. It's very difficult to get this physical damage coming through. There's almost a 4-staff on the Disruptor, which is nice.
Well, there's the Aegis running out. Gotta be said, they didn't really get much done with it, and actually their net worth lead has kind of dissipated a little bit.
In all fairness, I don't think it's up to them to force this game.
No,
no. It's more about taking the Aegis away from the Huskar. I feel like whenever a Huskar lineup gets played, they don't get first Roche. It always feels really sad. There's still 4 outer towers on the map that they would have liked to have claimed by now. So, I think, yeah, ball's still in the Dire's court.
Yeah, but now the Aegis is down, we might see some action from Viking. Aggressive mode. Probably not that interested in going. Although if they find the jump, then we'll be happy about it. I think it's who has the timings in this game. Lifestealer looks like the strongest late game hero when I kind of look at everybody.
I don't know. I think this Puck, Slardar, and Venno quad core should be feeling pretty good. But they do have the Doom that scales really well on the Radiant side, so it's not like really one way or the...
Yeah, and Wyvern ult as well. You know, as heroes get stronger and do more damage, that gets better and better. Especially with the auras, you know, if they get ACs and such like that, which I imagine they will. Actually, AC actually helps in Winter's Curse, doesn't it?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Some armor. Attack speed is one thing, but bonus armor as well makes it quite value. They're really hunting in the trees here, but to be honest, finding no one, and I don't think aggressive mode are that sad about not finding anybody there, just chasing Viking away once again. Where is Huskar's farm? Well, what items does he have? That's what I want to know.
Sorry. You do not have control of the camera this time.
I don't.
So you'll never know.
I'm just chillaxing. It's a worthwhile trade, I think. You know, observing's been pretty good in this tournament, all things considered.
Yeah, I have to say, apart from some dodgy Roche cameras.
Roche CCTV is something. If they showed the health bars on Roche CCTV, I wouldn't mind so much. But
yeah,
they did it once, and then I don't know. They seem to forget after that.
Oh, I thought Boromir was going to go for that coil there.
Yeah, I thought he wanted Solari, but Solari
okay,
gets a
so
lucky break.
He has Halberd Armlet, which at 26 minutes as a Huskar, you're not feeling that great about.
You're not, are you? And he's forced into going for a Lotus Orb next, which feels even worse. I really don't know about that. I feel like you can get Lotus Orb on the Doom and just get him to cast it on you, and then you can go for something else, maybe like the Satanic, but...
Lil has 3.4k, by the way, on the Venom. I have no idea what he wants to build next. He has Vessel 4 stuff. He could go for something like Greaves if he wanted to, I guess, but...
Yeah.
I'm not... Maybe you might just rush a Hex, to be honest.
That feels more like a little thing to do. Well, I wouldn't be surprised if we went for, like, another Deso or Orb Destruction on both teams. That's nice.
Especially on the Ursa, though. And it stacks up with the rest of their minus armor from the Slardar.
Here's a good idea, right? Now that we know which neutral items are good and which neutral items are bad. Oh, Disruptor. Is he going to get out of this one? He might. He's not even going to pop the Shrine. Some 5 positions are just too hardcore into the 5 mindset.
Yeah.
How do you not pop the Shrine? It's just...
Because he's just dead anyway.
I know, but... You know every single core would pop the Shrine there and just clutch onto life with everything they've got.
I don't think a good core player would.
Well...
You would. I'm not saying...
Oh, yeah.
Like, you know.
I think we both would, right? Damn it.
That's
Try
the
to take you
difference
down
between
with
us,
me,
you
but
see.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, they're looking for Toby. Toby doesn't have a TP. Why don't you have a
Blink
TP,
got
sir? His
cancelled.
entire team has left him behind, but, well, he got left behind by his entire team because he didn't bring a Blink Dagger to the fight. Toby, what are you doing, son? Look at him. He buys 2 TPs as he's dying. He's like, yep. Okay, I learned my lesson. Mubby. Lil getting... ooh, they actually find him with the Chain Frost. Can they finish the job, though? No, he's going to get the TP away. Venomancer makes it out safely. See you later, nerds. And now he's got himself...
Sick game.
Yeah, well, he's very good at this Dota 2 game.
He must have a good chair.
Full Aghanims now. Oh, it's got to be a DX Racer or something. Or a Secret Lab.
Please get back in the pit, sir.
Yeah. Time for Roche CCTV. CCTV. CCTV.
There's not enough time.
CCTV.
Nice.
Yeah, that's a shame. We missed it for once. That's like the first Roche fight we had without CCTV. Meanwhile, Solaria gets instantly blown up, and the damage coming out onto Slardar is pretty severe, but Aramis is actually getting caught on the sidelines here. Can they finish the job, though? It doesn't look like they can, but meanwhile, they go onto Skylark, and they bring him down the side of Viking. Viking might have found an opening here, but they are fighting into an Aegis Ursa. Not the best of ideas, but they're going to try and go for it anyway. Shad looking strong. Nice ulti coming down. Can they keep him inside it? In comes a kinetic field, and they're just getting beaten down by this Ursa. Toby, though, gets infested upon, and he's going to be able to speed himself up. Turns around, Doomsy Ursa? Excuse me?
Yes, he does.
Okay, yeah, he certainly does. Tubi's going to drop. And now Lifestealer comes popping out, looking for Skylark instead. Looking for the dieback here. He's got a Frost Shield. I'm feeling invincible. Is he invincible? I could believe it right now. He's tanking up so many hits. His team are behind him for at a distance. Trying to get out the Arctic Burn and force stuff up into the high ground, but he just gets blown up immediately. The damage from Boronia is just absolutely berserk. Boom! No, gets a TP cancel. He's going to get caught out as well. Tries to turn it around, but he's fighting an impossible fight. Boronia getting the triple. Is it going to be an ultra? No, it's not. Skidder takes that one, but a full man wipe, plus a little bit extra. Solari and Aramis did buy back into that one and also died. Aggressive mode, just take full command of that fight. And I gotta say, Viking, what is you doing? You don't buy back into that one. You don't drop the Doom onto the Aegis Ursa. You don't fight into an Aegis Ursa in the first place. I'm questioning them so much right now.
It's really hard though, right? Because if they're around the pit and then suddenly the Lich gets caught out, they have so much catch and reach. Like there's this Abyssal on the Ursa, there's a Coil on the Puck, there's Slardar that can blink forward, they've got Glimpse as well. Like there's all sorts. So if they're anywhere near the pit, they're going to get caught.
They're going in for the finish right now. Well, actually finding Toby here. A short glimpse back, put into the Abyssal. They'll bring him down again. Doom taken out of the fight. He's got a buyback. Can maybe come back with the Lifestealer and the Wyvern to try for something. Skin's going for the finish here. I'm not quite sure that's going to work as the phase shift whacking everything. They're going for the win. They have the buyback on the Doom. They're going to have the Lich up. It's going to be a full team fight right now if they can live long enough for their teammates to come back. A Winter's Curse comes out, and then they force him back to try and drag the heroes out, but in comes the Disarm. Can they finish the job onto Skylark? That's one dieback. Boronia's in deep. He gets brought down as well. It's going to be 2 kills for Viking. They're looking for Skidder, but I don't think that's going to happen. Shad is chasing, but he doesn't have any catch. Skidder, nice jump over the cliff. TP out, and he is going to be safe as a daisy. And, well, they lose 2 heroes on the retreat. They do get a buyback out of Toby. A little bit greedy to go for the finish there, I feel. Did they finish off the racks, though? They
did.
yeah. Okay.
And they got 1 tier 4. So that's something. But yeah, I really feel like they should have just taken the melee Rex and then gone to another one of the side lanes. Bot. Oh yeah, tier 2 top's still up. So just go for bot Rex after you take the melee. But they try and be a little bit greedy. Doesn't pay off for them. But at least if you're them, like, what did the Radiant side take with this win in the fight?
Yeah.
Maybe mid tier 2, I guess. But it's not like a massive win for them.
Also, is it just me, or did the Force stuff there seem to undo the Winter's Curse onto the puck? Is that a thing? Because did he fall, like, you Force stuff the hero who's got the Winter's Curse applied onto him, then the puck falls out of range? I'm not sure if that actually happened or if it was something else, but it looked like the puck broke out of that really early.
He didn't break out of it because he was still taunted, but I don't know if he was just out of range or...
Right. Yeah, I don't know. Weird. Titan Sliver finally found by Shad. I think the Ursa's had one for like 7 minutes now, but there you go. Life's unfair, deal with it.
And they just pass it over to the Huskar straight away.
Yeah, he loves that. Especially if he finishes off the Satanic. Lil's up onto the high ground now. He probably saw that smoke, I would imagine. And Toby, he's very obvious on the front lines here. Not smoked up, so they jump upon him, but long jump in from Boom, but immediately dropping the ultimate onto him. BKB and Rage comes out. Boom needs to get out of here. They're going to infest inside of him and try and give him the extra bit of movement speed, but it's not enough to keep him alive. Now they turn around, Doom out onto the Ursa. Can they finish the job though? Shad trying to chase him down. Ursa's on the run. The glimpse comes out. He's got no rage. He can't finish the job. Ursa might actually get himself out of this one. Meanwhile, Doom finally finished off by Skylark on the sidelines, and Shad's just going to go for the rage TP. Can he get bashed? No, he cannot. He evaded. Did he have one available? No, he did not, so it didn't really matter anyway, but everybody dead except for the Lifestealer. Doors are open to the Radiant base. Come on in and claim your spot in what could be the finals of this tournament. Aggressive mode, pushing in through bottom. They want to grab another lane of racks. I like that this time they're not being quite as greedy as trying to go for the end. And look at Shad moving himself. He's like, what do I do? What do I do here? Where do I go?
Oh, Leo's like, fucking give me a piece of this.
Yeah, I want to be in the ending shot. When you team the end. Yeah, they are going for the end. Tier 4 is going to be the target, and this makes sense to me. 20 seconds no Huskar, so they realize they have to go immediately. Chain Frost's going to bounce around. The Ursa's taking damage, but pops the cheese, gets himself nice and healthy once again. Abyssal playing onto the Lifestealer destroyed. He's got a buyback, and he will use it. Glimpse comes out, dragging him straight back out into the worst position possible. Skinner's on top of him. He's isolated. He is going to get cold embraced up, but it looks like he's going to pay the price for this one as Aramis dies in the fountain. Lifestealer is just going to try and get inside a creep. Is there anything he can do to keep himself alive? Huskar's back as well. He might actually be surviving through this, but no, they turn around and blow him up. So many strikes upon him. So many stacks from that Ursa just tears the Lifestealer in two, and now they jump on Toby, they jump on Boom, they bring Boom down without any effort at all, and their story comes to an end in this tournament. Viking, they do get 2-0'd by aggressive mode. Lil, Skylark, Bornea, Spartan, and Skidder take them down in a clean 2-0. One of the very first TOs we've had in like the last couple of days in this tournament, but aggressive mode do it. They do it cleanly, and they do it brutally. Viking just got assassinated here.
Yeah, I think a lot of this game came down to that first Roche fight. This Verno making it almost impossible for the Huskar to try and take Roche was horrendous for Boom. Like, to feel like that big objective that you need to take to try and push this, Huskar strat, right? You just can't, do it at all. I mean, I thought they didn't play too badly. I think their offlane just bled too many kills as well. Like, Skitter just had such an amazing start, getting kill after kill on Toby and Aramis. And unfortunately, I think if you're in that situation, you just have to go and cut creeps, right?